by the groom. He allegedly misrepresented himself as a travel consultant to score a massive discount. Dewani apparently gave staff at the Chitwa Lodge a website address to prove he was in the travel industry. But when they searched for it after his wife's murder, they found the site did not exist.
A dream honeymoon in an idyllic bush location. But Shrien Dewani allegedly told staff at the Chitwa Lodge in the Sabi game reservation that he was there on business, scouting out the venue as a possible travel destination for his clients. The apparent deception ensured that Dewani enjoyed a luxurious honeymoon at a fraction of the going rate. Chitwa's marketing manager has told E-News that the discount was substantial, although less than the 90% it's claimed in media reports he received. Angela Ticini says the lodge is considering possible criminal or civil action against Dewani for alleged fraud. He's currently out on bail in Britain and having to report to police daily. Ticini strongly denies accusations by Dewani's publicist Max Clifford that the lodge leaked the story about Dewani's apparent dishonesty to grab headlines. Clifford has yet to respond to claims that Dewani created a false company profile, including a non-existent website, to get his discount. Karen Morn, E-News, Cape Town.
Well, the Dewani story has not only dominated headlines here in South Africa, it remains a major talking point in the UK and especially in Shrien Dewani's hometown of Bristol. For more, I'm joined on the line by E-News senior anchor Andrew Barnes. Andrew, good morning. Thanks for joining us. One would imagine in the shopping malls or the little shopping centres, the coffee shops, that there is but one word on the lips of the locals, and that is Dewani. Is it in fact so?
It certainly has been when we first arrived in Bristol, but, you know, Britain being Britain, the big story this morning here is the results of the X Factor competition on TV. That's now the kind of major talking point. But people still very interested in this case. We're certainly attracting a fair bit of attention here when we get set up with our camera to be filming or recording. You know, people are overhearing us talking on the phone, and the minute they find out that, you know, we're talking about this Dewani case, immediately engages in conversation, asks us what we think, and again, you know, we're obviously asking them what they think. But it is still a talking point here, primarily, of course, because Dewani is a Bristol local. These allegations of torture, I'm yet to get my hands on the morning papers. It's barely 6 a.m. here, but you know, it'll be interesting to see just how much coverage that's picked up in the press here overnight. We've known about these allegations of torture since the arrest of those two men in Cape Town, and Max Clifford, as we know, over the past few weeks has been doing his best to use those whispers of torture and tortured confessions into trying to firm up his allegation that this is all a political conspiracy designed to protect the country's tourism industry.
So you're in Bristol, that is the hometown of the Dewani family, and as you've said in earlier packages, Andrew, of course, their businesses are spread out. They're a known, you know, they're pillars of the community. Any sign at all of the family going about its business, or are they in complete lockdown? Very much in lockdown. We've seen very little exposure of the Dewanis, you know, purposely orchestrating a very carefully, orchestrated appearance at the local police station. It was the same thing again last night with cars keeping media on the hop. We went past the family home yesterday, and there was just one photographer who was parked outside. He's, you know, being deployed just to try and catch what movement he can. We were outside the house for quite a while, absolutely no movement at all. They'll be very, very careful to limit the amount of exposure they're giving to the media of themselves, and I think that will probably be at the instructions of their solicitors, who I think are very keen to, with the help of Max Clifford, be managing just how much exposure the Dewanis have over the next few weeks. The fact that extradition requests could only be received as late as the 18th of January is not going to be good news to the Dewanis. But obviously the media are going to be hungry for any images that can carry this story forward, particularly as far as the tabloids are concerned. But it would seem that the family's in complete lockdown. I think the only advantage for them at the moment, of course, is that the traditional sort of the depths of winter here, the Christmas holidays, the New Year break coming up, that will, you know, really allow the family, if you like, to cloister themselves in that villa here in Westbury-on-Trim. And from the journalists and photographers we've been speaking to, they're very unhopeful of getting too much on this story until Dewani travels to London to meet with his attorneys.